Hi Fabia, hi Lucy. Sorry about the confusion earlier, just not reading your mail properly on a Friday night, but let's get into what we've got. So this is just a first pass, just to show what you can do and what sort of price we're going to get to for this kind of space. This is a very full assembly. You could put a lot less in here, a lot less of the expensive gliding components like these shoe racks. That's a lot of shoe racks for one small room. Drawers and these basket shelves, all sort of, within the system they are relatively expensive. So if you want to reduce the cost, it's these gliding components that you've got to look at eliminating. Shelves, rails, they're absolutely as cheap as chips. You can adjust the heights of the rails. This is generally what I like to do. I sort of maximize hanging, and I put the high rail absolutely as high as the client can manage, and then you can have a straight through rail at waist height, but you can get more flexibility by supplying different waist height rails, and the client can then adjust them. So you have shirts at this height, trousers in under here, you have knee length dresses here, longer dresses here. Now with this arrangement, the reason I've put hanging on the back wall and fixed components on the side walls is it's marginally easier to, the drawers are going to pull out this way like this, and the gliding shoe rack is going to pull out left to right like this. So you've got to have that movement there. So the compromise is that you have to wiggle the hanging clothes slightly into this corner. It's going to be slightly difficult to get stuff into this corner, but that's the compromise you have to make with working with corners. If the client really didn't like that, you could reduce the width of the components on the side, but it would cost about the same amount of money, and you're reducing the storage capacity for shoes and items in drawers. I mentioned in the email there is an undecorated basic version of the Elfa range. This is what we're looking at here, and C2 is the, let's just make this a bit nicer to look at, display perspective. This is the more decorated, what Elfa call the Decor version. Now the basket frames, they would have a full surround, that's a timber painted white. All of the other components just have this fascia added. It's slightly nicer looking, the Decor is nicer looking for walk-ins and dressing rooms. I would never put this more finished product inside a wardrobe where it's hidden away. It does add expense. I think in this design it adds about £1,000. There is no functional value in the Decor look, it's purely aesthetic. So if you like this look, it's going to add about at least £1,000 to this room. I will have emailed you the pricing structure, how I do things. It's basically the retail cost of the parts plus 80% to design, supply and install. I can do supply only, which would be just retail cost, and I can do design and supply, but you install it yourselves, and that would be about retail plus 40%. Most of my clients ask me to do a full end-to-end process. I've installed hundreds and hundreds of these. I know what I'm doing. You might think you're saving money with a builder. I will be able to do it faster, and I will be able to do it better. So save money by taking out gliding components. You can have hanging on these side walls. This is just a first pass. This is a very full wardrobe in my opinion. You could probably get away with a bit more hanging space. That would really start to eat into the costs I've given you so far. that's probably about the right amount of shoe storage. I mean, I've had clients who would fill this entire room with shoes, so it's hard to say until I know what the client is trying to achieve. Okay, that's enough. I hope this is interesting. Really happy to tweak this design, look at other layouts, introduce the client's feedback. Just let me know the level of interest, and we can push forward with this.